All right, everyone. Welcome to the channel. I know this is not something you're used to, seeing me just here for no reason at all. We don't ever really get to do something like this, but someone recommended this to me just to try it out. I kind of just want to tell everybody what's been going on with us and what we actually have going on for the year. As a lot of you know, my channel does Smash Brothers tournaments pretty regularly. We do a monthly tournament the very first Saturday of every month from February to October. Um, so we don't do them week to week like a lot of people do, but we're strictly monthly. It gives a lot of people time to, train new characters. It gives me a lot of time to get graphics involved, which for those of you who don't know, my daughter Aquatic, she is this person here. Sorry, she is this person here. This is her logo for her art stuff. She does all of my graphics. The stuff that you see around here is all pretty standard format. But in this, let's see if I can point. That very top corner, you can see my logo, the Gohexxx gaming logo. That's actually something she did for me. And I'm super grateful for everything she does, man. She is probably the only reason that I can even keep going at the speed that I am going. She is actively right now trying to work on our season 4 logos, my whole overlay for the whole stream. She's even working on trailers. I think we're working on music too, which is pretty freaking hilarious. Quick sneak peek. This will actually be our season 4 logo. She just got it finished, I think, like last night. Just on that alone, it's nothing special, but it's special to us. We finally decided instead of doing the fingers every season that we would just have a stagnant logo with the logo for the season number underneath. That way we can keep changing every single year and it not be that big of a change until we finally decide to get a new logo at some point. That's not really that big of a deal, uh, but we have so many awesome players that come every single month, man, and uh, it's really hard to know who is going to come out on top each year. We have our, I'm not going to say favorites because I don't think it's a favorite situation, but we do have our best contenders. You know, the ones that are typically in our top 5, top 10, myself included, of course. But we have Mr. Numbers. Uh, Here lately, we've been having a lot of guys from the Young Fly Smash Gits clan crew. I'm not really sure what type of group they consider themselves, but Young Fly Smash Group has Young Fly Smash Gits has kind of infiltrated our tournaments here, man, and they have been just kind of showing up. You know, they've been doing a lot of work. Getting my guys hyped up. You know, everybody that's been playing and throwing hands since season 1 has now been kind of intermixed with the Young Fly Smash Kids, man. DTNT Bomb. Actually, I was just about to mention you, sir. DTNT Bomb is actually another guy. He's not from Young Fly Smash Kids. He's actually from a Discord group that I was a part of for a little while, or still am. I was invited to it because they were like, "Hey, these guys love Smash. You should go and like show them what's up." And I was like, "Okay, cool. I'll go play with them." And these guys were really fun. I really enjoyed hanging out and bullshitting with them. It took us 2, 3 whole seasons before people like DTNT Bomb here to actually start showing up to our tournaments. It was him. Uh, why can't I think of their name off the top of my head? Uh, it'll come to me. Holy cow! I feel really guilty now. Uh, so we have Jay Dega. He calls himself Bow Wow now, but his DTNT Bomb is now Bow Wow. Yeah, Jay Dega and his brother. Why am I Rangar? Thank you, God. I haven't seen him in a good little minute, man. The last time that I saw him was probably for the final fight in October, which, as y'all know, man, that's our literal final fight for the whole year, and then we go on this hiatus to kind of regroup. For me personally, though, after October, I do a lot of Halloween stuff. Sometimes I travel to do haunted houses. I like helping build haunted houses. Um, Another player of ours, his name is Bing Bong. He's actually another guy that's kind of up and coming. His son plays a lot, and he's trying to like match that level. And he has come so far from the time that he started until now. Man, this guy has come a long ways. But anyway, Bing Bong actually built a Dead by Daylight. Uh, what's the word? want to say enthusiastic, but I know that's not the word. It's a Dead by Daylight themed maze he did in his backyard, inspired. Jesus, it's been a long day, a long week. It's been a long holiday season, man. I'm so ready for holidays to come back around. I'm not a Mardi Gras guy, man. Mardi Gras is great and all, but yeah, the haunted maze. Uh, it was D&D Dead by Daylight inspired, and it was huge, man. I helped to build it, and it was so much fun. I got to be the killer once, and I had the time of my life. He made it to where he had three keys you had to find, and there was three locks at the door on the way out, and the killer was hunting you down the whole time. Uh, at the time, he didn't really have any like weapons against the killer. He did have flashlights, but they, and his rules, they didn't do anything. So there was never anything for the flashlights. But whenever I started kind of playing, we kind of implemented that whenever you kind of touch someone on the shoulder, like like the killer catches you, you walk them back to the beginning of the maze, and they're dead, and they don't come back on. But before I had started being the killer, the survivors were just kind of tossing the key that they had in their hand to the next guy, and they would just run lock the door while the killer's off, forcibly bringing the guy to the center. So I said, no, no, the killer is going to hold on to the key, and whenever he gets back in the maze, he's going to find a new spot for the key, and they have to find it again. So we did that, and man, it was such a big build, and God bless this man for spending as much money as he did. He told no one at all to spend any money on getting in there. It was a free event. He made a whole little haunted house on the side of it. Man, it was incredible. I've been doing haunted houses and haunted attractions for almost 30 years now, man. And this was something I had never even imagined possible just to do in your backyard. But this man had so much space and so much time and so much passion to this. It blew my mind. I could not help myself. I wanted to go in there. I wanted to scare people. I wanted to add my own little bit of little spice in there, so to speak. And he said I did a great job. So I was very happy to do it. But anyway, that was one of the things that I did this year for the Halloween season. And as a lot of our close friends know, we do the Renaissance Festival in Texas. We're actually a Louisiana-based group, but we go to Texas Renaissance Festival. We went the actual weekend of Thanksgiving. So we had a whole month after Halloween, and it took forever, it felt like, for that week of Thanksgiving to come around before we finally left. We had a great time there. We had a little bit of rain, but it didn't discourage anybody, man. We had so many people that stuck around, and they laughed about getting flooded in and freezing to death. It was quite enjoyable, man. But yeah, we got so many people from the Throwing Hands community to actually come join us, which was really awesome. Bing Bong included. He had never been before. So it was really cool to kind of see a lot of people meet new people and make friends. And we are expecting them to come back next year or this year. We're now in 2026, of course. And towards the end of this year, we plan on going back like we always do. Last year was our first time with this crew. We have kind of a new group, about 50 of us. For a first time group going as a whole, man, 50 people was quite a lot. Haley G, I can't wait for season 4. I agree. As I said, man, there is a lot of people that it's just I feel like our list is running to the end of our actual roster of people that I have high hopes for. Um, I would like to do kind of predictions in a way, but not necessarily in a way that I think these people are better than the others. But I definitely see DT and T Bomb. I think he's going to be top 10 this year, without a doubt. Top 10. He went from, I'm not going to say like a shitty player, but he definitely went from someone who didn't play the game that often to someone who was just wrecking people right now. He plays Bowser. Bowser mains are scary as shit. We all know that Bowser has this tough guy mechanic where he can plow through small damage at the beginning of his stock. He has incredible super armor, like his forward smashes, his up B is ridiculously, ridiculously good option for almost everything that he does, and he's learning all these things like rapidly, 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 man. So we got him, man. Rengar and his brother Jay Dega came in swinging, son. Like they weren't even, someone we were just like, man, I would like to see these guys get better. They came in and just started destroying people, myself included, man. I was not ready for a Zelda in our bracket, and for whatever reason, man, bracket is. any bracket I've ever played in, any even friendlies, man, Zelda has never been a character that I could play against and feel confident that I was doing a good job. But his Zelda whooped my ass, and I hated it. I hated it so much. It got to a point where a lot of the new mains that were coming out with a lot of our roster this year, it pulled out a very old main that I haven't used since Melee days, which is Adult Link. Adult Link is retro, man. Like that's who I probably everyone else too. Back in the day when they were like, "Oh, you play Link in a fighting game? That's amazing." So we played like crazy, and Melee was the game where I feel like I finally started shining. I wasn't great at the game, but I was better than the people that I was playing with. So I got really, really into it. Really, really enjoyed it. But yeah, so we talked about DT and T Bomb, J Dega. Uh, we talked about Rengar. We had Bing Bong, of course. He plays all the links. I think he's trying to get into Kazuya now. But man, Bing Bong, if he sticks to one link just long enough, man, I think he could just wreck our bracket. I really, really do think some of the players I brought in, like Nitsua, which God bless Nitsua for all of his hard work. He's actually the one who helps me do these here, the Scion Esports Decathlon. He was a big part of getting me on board with Scion Esports in general, which thank you for that. Um, Thanks to them, I've been getting access to equipment, microphones, monitors, things of that nature that it helps my tournaments just run so much smoother now. But yeah, we got Nitsua, and Bing Bong was beating him amongst a couple other people, and it was crazy to see. It was quite an upset. Let's see. Another favorite of mine, shout out to Toxic. We all know Toxic. She came on board with that guy and Jake PT. We actually did some tournaments at the Crying Eagle Brewery here in Lake Charles. We did just some one or two off tournaments, and they showed up. And evidently, they weren't even aware that we had a community whatsoever. Ooh, sorry about that. I'm in a room with a light that goes automatically off, and I completely forgot it even was. Let me try to fix that super duper quick. All right. So anyway, so yeah, Jake PT, Toxic, and his name is that guy, like that guy. They came in, and they were good players. They were people who were like, wow, these guys should come play with us. They saw what we had as far as player base, the skill level that we ran at, which, I mean, all my guys are great, but if we were to have like a category, we're definitely mid to high ranked players. We don't have a lot of high to like expert level, if that makes any sense. Like if I were to even gauge myself, I would say I might be like a 6 out of 10. And most of our players are between 5, 6, some are even 7 out of 10, as far as play style. Uh, and they saw that and they came in and they started training. And then I don't know if it was maybe the third or fourth tournament they attended to, and all of a sudden they were just belligerently awesome. Uh, Toxic picked up. She was playing Yoshi. She's now playing Peach. I don't know if she had picked it up prior, or if someone had convinced her to, or maybe it was just a main she never played that much of. But her Peach came back really awesome, and now she goes and everything she learned she applies to her Yoshi. Super awesome. Jake PT. I have met that dude in bracket so many times, and our matches are fucking fire. Okay, fire. He plays Piranha Plant. I can't think off the top of my head what his other character is, but Piranha Plant's the one that I have been running into most whenever we play. And I have to throw a Captain Falcon. When I have to throw Captain Falcon, it's because I am terrified of your frame data, and I don't think I can keep up with like my K rule. My Falcon is probably the only person that I feel very confident they can match speed for speed with some of these kind of characters that people bring out. But yeah, Jake PT, badass. And then we have fucking that guy. Okay, that guy. If he's not top 10, top 5, easily this year. Okay, he went on a very brief hiatus. I'm not even maybe a month, and he came back, and suddenly his Min Min was wrecking everyone that we have in our entire league. Okay, and we all had to just forget everything that we learned and learn how to fight Min Man all of a sudden. And we were pissed off about it, but we were all slowly trying to get used to this. And it got to that point where he was like, "Oh, y'all are going here? Well, I'm gonna go here. Okay, we're going here. I'm gonna go here." And it just that's what I love about my guys, my community, man. We started off with so many people just kind of learning to play the game, and now we have some fucking competitors, man. Uh, we're always going to have Mr. Numbers, aka Crow Noah. He's always been in our well, season one. I want to say he came in late, so he was top 10, but he's definitely been top three for the last 2 or 3 years. So without a doubt, I'm sure he'll be up there somewhere. Then we have someone that seems to be his bracket demon, which for a while was me. Uh, we don't play against each other that often in bracket anymore for whatever area. We're in separate what do you call it? The seating brackets. They have these brackets here and these brackets here. We're never in the same one. Uh, but Mr. Numbers bracket demon seems to be Snapshot. Okay, Snapshot. That dude rocks and fucking rolls, and he has so much energy. This dude's a little firecracker. Okay, and when he wins, he pops off. He like shakes his tongue at the camera, and it's hilarious to see because he gets so energetic about his wins. And I love to see that. And then the final fight, him and Chrono or Mr. Numbers were actually in the finale. They were in the grand final, and it was an upset. Snapshot beat Mr. Numbers in the grand finals. He won first place then, so it boosted his seat up. He wasn't quite able to beat Mr. Numbers' score for the league for the season, but it boosted it up way high. I think it even pushed me down one or two. I think I was either in third or fourth because of that. Which is again incredible. Like I just love seeing these kind of upsets, and so many people they try so damn hard. And by all means, like if you're watching this and there's somebody in particular you want to give a shout out to, please let me know because there's so many good people. Oh, the most obvious ones we have. We refer to them as the children, which is some of the younger guys that we have. Which we have like the young, and then the guys that are probably like just getting into high school kind of age. Our main boy Jessup was quite literally guy number two that helped me start all of this because of his birthday. We had a birthday thing and we wanted to keep it going, and it has turned to everything that you've been seeing for the last 4 years. He has three boys. We have Professor X, we have Nehemiah, and then we have Titus. All three of them. They'll sit next to a guy that's never been here before, and the guy always just kind of had this swollen chest, like, oh, this kid's going down. And then they come upstairs because that's where I'm at, recording scores, and they're like, "0-2, him, he beat me. 0-2. I don't understand. Like, you underestimated them, didn't you?" They're like, "I guess so." They always come in and they never think the kids have anything to show. And they always knock people out of bracket like immediately, and they don't expect that. And these are our youngest, like the youngest I think we have in our entire league. And then next up from that, we have our high school boys, which we have Mike Myers, Darth Dookie, and then we have Boggs. And sometimes they bring people that they know. I think we got Blue Falcon, a couple other guys, and they slowly bring one or two here and there. But man, Dark Dookie is now my bracket demon, which irks the shit out of me because he is such a good read of a player. He plays Wii Fit Trainer of all things. Of all things, it's these really out of nowhere characters that you don't see a whole lot, especially in competitions of this caliber. You don't ever see that kind of stuff. But Dark Dookie's definitely mine. We have damn good matches. Sometimes I win, sometimes he does, and it's a spike fest, man. He spikes me, I do him. And just back and forth, and that's 90% of our matches go that way. But it's gotten to a point now where he's winning more than he's losing against me, and that is incredible. I love to see that because now it's pushing me to work even harder to fight against that, which is awesome. Then we have Mike Myers, which is Bing Bong's son. Mike Myers is a villager man. Believe that. Villager man. And he is also climbing through the bracket quite often. He fights his dad a lot in bracket, which is hilarious because it's a father-son battle, and his dad's so close to knocking him out. But he ends up being beat by his son more times than not, and it's funny to see because they have really good matches. Then we have Boggs, man. Boggs has been showing up for a long time, probably longer than I actually recall. I think they all started showing up around the same time. Um, but Boggs started off as a Greninja main. I do think he still plays Greninja, but I forget who he's picking up now. Whether it be like Kazuya or something along those lines. It'll come to me, I'm sure, at some point. But with all that's being said, man, we have so many good players now that everything that we stream, it's really difficult to know who I want to put on Cloud. Thank you. Yes, Boggs does play Cloud now. But it's really hard to know when putting good matches on stream is going to be the best for our circuit because every match is good now. And sadly, we only have the one stream set up, and it's just easier to manage that way. People like having multiple streaming devices, but that's too much content. I feel like if they have this one centralized thing, it's like the hot seat. They're that's where everybody's watching, and they have to do their best. It kind of pushes people to be like a lot better than if they were just playing some off match on the side where nobody's watching. So I'm a big fan of the way that we do it. I know a lot of people don't like it just because we do go a little late into the night. I do try to manage it to where it doesn't happen that way, but man, sometimes people show up late, and I try to be really generous with people like coming in late and putting them in the bracket and hold on to their matches. So sometimes, I mean, hell, last year, I want to say the entire server for Start GG went down right before the tournament started. So we had to do the entire bracket by hand, and that was a nightmare. And again, God bless Nitzel. He just sat down. He's like, I got this. This is my job now. And he sat down. And he wrote down all the matches. He wrote down all the characters they played. Man, he had it all bracketed out for me. All I had to do was call out the names. Um, so yeah, stuff like that happens. I mean, we have technical difficulties probably every single time, and it's not anything that we have control over. Sometimes the audio quite literally just will not click to the proper source. Like for instance, we have the desktop audio for the music that you're hearing in the background right now. That we have my headphones. That we had the headphones for our soundboard, and sometimes my computer doesn't know which one we're trying to use, and no matter what we do, we toggle multiple settings. Turning this off turns this on, off, on. It's just one thing where nothing ever wants to work right. Sometimes a stream quite literally just won't load. It won't even turn on. Uh, Sometimes the audio is not even on at all. We don't even realize it for a little ways. I don't know. It just happens that way, And I do try to be more efficient with the way that we run things, but people have fun, and it kind of makes it to where I'm not as focused on making things go faster as I am making them go well. If that makes any sense, like making sure everybody knows when they're going to play, that nobody's waiting too long for their new matches, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I have high hopes this year. If I were to just guess top five, right? If I were to guess top five, and then not any order, not first, second, third, fourth, or fifth, but the five people in top five, hopefully me. I always hope me, but like I said, every year people come in and they wreck my shit and they get better and better and better, and our matches just get better and better and better. So hopefully me, DT and T Bomb, that guy, Mr. Numbers, without a doubt, will probably rank up there top five, and hopefully Jessams. Jessams has been struggling really hard with some of this new blood that we have, man. It's causing him to go not like Ultra Instinct, but it's like he's unlocking something in himself. He's like, man, I gotta fucking whoop some ass, or they're gonna keep burying me. And every time he comes out swinging now, and it's a Ness because that is his main, but his Ness just comes out more ferocious than the last. Um, and speaking of Ness, just because I'm on the subject of Ness, Wobble, that dude last year he I don't know. I wanted to adopt him as my Smash Brothers child. Uh, he fought Big Pop. I think it was Big Papa Smash that he fought. Yeah, it was Big Papa Smash. Um, he saw that he was up against him in bracket. Wobble doesn't ever do terrible. He's rarely, top three, top five, but he's typically in the, top eight per tournament. But he saw that he was against Big Papa Smash, man, and he just had this anxiety. He's like, I'm going to get my ass whipped. This dude comes in and he's murdering all of our friends. And I do like I try to do most times. I took him most days like, hey, dude, just be patient, watch what he does, and just fucking just whoop ass based on what you know how to do. Your nest is solid. I said you just have to be patient. He went on this stream, and I wish I had it like a quick link to his VOD real quick. But this kid, man, he just went Ultra Instinct, Super Saiyan, whatever Dragon Ball power scaling you want to go for. His nest just came out and crushed it. Big Papa Smash put up a damn good fight, but his nest was just waiting for everything to happen, and it ended with it was Hero versus Ness, and and they were both kind of doing this dance like who's gonna hit who, and then Hero like pulled out his magic and he threw, I think it was it wasn't the fire. He threw out one of the magic spells. It was a projectile spell, and it came out fast, right? He just, as soon as he threw it, Wobble was ready with his forward smash with Ness with his baseball bat and reflected. So it like instantly and killed him, and he won the set and knocked Big Papa Smash out. And it was probably the largest upset that we've had this year. This year has been crazy with new blood, with new players coming in, decimating brackets. Some of them never even coming back after their first or second win, which is wild. There's so much energy to be had here. But yeah, he completely came out of nowhere with this one-handed fucking mess, and he even went upstairs like he didn't even know that it was that big of a deal, man. But the entirety of this place popped off for this boy. So big shout out to Wobble for that. That match was incredible. If there's anyone in particular uh, that you think I should, kind of talk about or mention, please let me know, because I feel like I'm going through a lot of heavy hitters here, a lot of new people, and we do have our consistent people. Counter Spike Mike, we got Uncle Bud, we got Tim. Why can I forget Tim? Tim, of course, I. It's just he has that chip on his shoulder. He has to be better. He has to get better. He has to do it. Our matches are always stressful. It's always a one way or the other now. It's very seldom like an overall win for me, an overall win for him. Our matches are very good. Between him and Dark Duke, the two people I probably face in bracket more than anybody now. Um, but yeah, off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody that Rad King kind of stopped coming because I think his work schedule was a little different. We have Frapaz, who's been kind of spectating from afar. He comes and blesses us with his presence from time to time. Which, speaking of, I'm not sure if it's right now. I'm gonna actually check my phone real quick. But I think it's fully booked. Oh, okay, yeah. So Young Fly Smash Kids. The S they usually put a dollar sign, so it's YF dollar sign Chi. It includes people like for Paz, Snapshot. I want to say Big. No, I don't think Big Papa Smash is a part of that. Jesus Christ, this is gonna suck. I don't want to do this all night, but I might have to. All right, sorry about that. Fix this super quick. All right, so Young Fly Smash Kits has actually started, I believe, tonight, has started doing something called a invitational, which they're trying to showcase Sulphur players, which is an adjacent city next to Lake Charles, kind of over the bridge. But they have local players there. I think they're competing in a kind of a mini tournament just for, I guess the best of Sulphur kind of situation. I'm not sure if they're live now, but I think they're about to. And I was kind of hoping I could watch it to the side here, but I haven't seen it kind of pop yet. But I'm not even really sure what the link is. But I'm waiting to see that, mainly because my daughter, again, I'll pop her in, uh, Aquatic. She is going to be showcased as well because she is a Sulfurian, as I like to call them. Her and Mr. Numbers are Sulfur people. For Paz, Key, Booger, I think there's a handful of others. I know their names, but off the top of my head, it's just not clicking. But they're all playing in the tournament, which that is already a very stacked bracket. So I can't wait to see, how that's going to turn out. But as soon as it comes on, I'm definitely going to put it to the side and kind of watch out the corner of my eye if I can help it. Um, So yeah, aquatic. I know you can do it. I know you can be top 10 every year. I know you can. Uh, her boyfriend is Mr. Numbers. I know she watches him do all this crazy stuff to practice all the time. And I know that some of that's going to have to rub off at some point, and she's going to be top 10 and she's going to start beating the crap out of people, which I'm a really, really big fan. Has nothing to do with sexism, but like whenever like lady players come in and just beat boy players, I love watching that because it's such a hype, because people they underestimate them quite often. But she's a Rosalina main, and that is one of the most odd characters to play against. So that I expect good things. Top 10, hopefully. Uh, but I think that might be it for my league for season four. Again, season four is going to be awesome. I've been watching all these guys play throughout the holidays. Man, we play a lot of Smash Online, and it's just been so freaking tough. Uh, Holy crap! Big one. DSK. Yes, DSK is definitely worth mentioning. If he's not at least top 10, top 5 this year, I will be highly shocked. Um, Whatever that star name is, it's definitely Luma. But DSK is a Sora main, okay? And this boy plays the shit out of a Sora, okay? He is so good at the aerial combos and the kind of the chain off into the blast zone that Sora can do. Really quick with his counters, his edge guarding. He's a monster, but he has such a humble little heart. He thinks he's so bad, and he's not at all. Like I have to really, really like watch myself because he does this thing where he watches like a specific player and he practices doing something that he thinks will counter that other player, and he's just waiting for that time to execute. And for me, it was my K roll. It was like he figured out how to fall from the ledge and counter as he's falling. So whenever I'm trying to recover, it just keeps slapping me off. Really, really great thing to do. But sometimes it bites him in the ass, and he feels like because that one thing didn't work out that one time that he's such a bad player. And it's just not true. Again, if y'all can think of anybody else that I'm leaving out that's really, really, really worth mentioning, please put it live in the chat. Now, moving on to other things. So, uh, stay tuned for Throne Hands Season 4. Hopefully, we'll start it the very first weekend of February. I think it's February 7th. Um, we are doing on the side for these guys, actually, for Scion Esports, which, again, if you aren't following them, I have their link up there for their Facebook. They haven't done a whole lot of things for like Twitch or anything lately. It's mainly me whenever we get a chance. We're doing, they call them it's a 4-H regional tournament. They actually travel around Louisiana and do tournaments for local colleges, high schools. I can't remember exactly where their demographic come from, but we travel all over the state and run tournaments. We do Rocket League. We've done some Smash and Mario Kart. Have been the three main ones, and those kids have so much fun, man. Like so much fun playing these games. The Rocket League contenders are definitely something to behold. I really hate that we don't get as many viewers as we do because these guys definitely deserve some spotlight. Like they should go on to do some great things. Uh, so that's what we're going to be doing kind of throughout the year. I think we start that actually February 7th as well. So I'll be doing the 4-H and Throwing Hand Season 4 all on the same day. I'm exhausted already, but it's okay. I love video gaming, man. It's always refreshing to watch people enjoy themselves. That kind of does it for me. Doesn't matter how tired I am, just watching everybody have fun makes my whole year. And again, shout out to my daughter Aquatic for helping me so much with all these things, keeping me on my toes. Let's see if I can't think of anything Smash related. I think I will move on. So as most of the people that view my channel are probably here for the throwing hands stuff for throwing hands love story. But what they probably have been seeing lately is a lot of this stuff. The crap. Wow, my fingers are all backwards. The Scion Esports Decathlon was actually something that Corey Tarver, Eric Tarver, and Dustin have they planned as of last year to start this, and we've been trying to execute to the best of our ability. There are a lot of gamers in Lake Charles, right? So we were trying to make an overall video game like a circuit where it's not just one game, it's all the games. Any game that we can think of that can be tournament applicable, or in my best opinion, they can be spectated, especially online because it makes for really good content when you can spectate, stuff like this. Um, but we started it last year. There's actually me and I think three or four other TOs. Anytime we say, "Hey, we have a tournament," they just got to show up, and they play the tournament. There's scoring involved, and we have a scoreboard, a leaderboard, so to speak. We did our last one, which was Halo. That was in October. That was actually our kind of like semifinalist, or not even really semifinals, like the halfway point of the decathlon. I figured that was a really good way to exit decathlon for that portion of the year because after that is Thanksgiving, Renaissance Fair. I have like 4 birthdays of family members. My actually whose fiance I proposed for at Ren Fair actually, but yeah, Ren Fair, birthdays, Christmas, New Year's, all this stuff just happens so back to back that I don't have time for this kind of stuff during the holidays. So we ex-nated until tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow is the first one of 2026, and I decided the game that I wanted to play would be Gears of War Reloaded. If you've never played Gears of War Reloaded, man, Gears of War in general was a groundbreaking title. It was some of the most brutal and crazy gameplay of any game. And back then, man, I want to say it was an Xbox 360 is when it started. And even then, the graphics of this game were so gnarly. There's blood, guts, the viscera, you chop people in half. Like, I'm gushing, but this game was so much fun. I played online like crazy. I think I made one of my very first Xbox Live like friends, like people that actually stayed around on that game. So, yeah, it was definitely. I agree, definitely ahead of its time. It was groundbreaking. The shit that you can do, like hell. Let me go down a list here. You could hold frag grenades, place them on a wall, and they would act as a proximity mine. Or you could slap an opponent with them, dive away, and they would just have this grenade sticking to their face. It had like dee dee dee, and it would just explode them. They were just dead. There was nothing left of them. And then let's not forget the fucking Lancer, the chainsaw bayonet on the auto right. He's actually holding it, right there in the photo. It's a automatic rifle with a chainsaw bayonet. You just hold the melee button and he just revs it up and you cut through people. And that was such a gnarly thing because even in the campaign, you used it to like cut through walls and stuff. And yeah, the shoddy roll around that the multiplayer just turned into a shotgun rally where everybody the shotgun could just insta kill you and just blow you to pieces. But it was really hard to aim because the crosshairs were this big on the screen, so your spread was gigantic. So you had to get in their face, shoot them, and hope that they don't pull the trigger first. It's a tactical shooter, so there's a lot of like tuck behind walls, firing over the shoulder, firing around corners. And some of the gameplay footage I could have got back then would have probably put me in the pro league because some of the shit that I did wasn't even on purpose. They have a sniper rifle in the game, and the headshots are some of the most satisfying sound effects. It was just like this noise, like you're breaking open a bowling ball full of watermelon or something. And there was a point where I was actually behind cover, right? Crouching behind cover. And when you're behind cover, they give you a crosshair, but it's extremely, extremely like inaccurate, right? And there was a guy like, I mean, way to hell in the back. And I was just like, I just had it. And I was just like, oh man, I can get him. I just pulled the trigger and open scope sniper rifle over my head. And I blew his head off from the entirety of the map. And I was like, didn't think to ever clip that. Never. That would have been something I just saved in my phone until this day. Um, the campaign was gnarly. It was very emotional too because it was, it's an Armageddon style game where everybody's dead. You're running through ashes of people that got murdered by the death laser, the Hammer of Dawn they called it. It was their way of killing off the enemy, but it ended up killing a lot of humans too. So it was like it was super devastating. But funny enough, you could use it in multiplayer. You could use it was just like a little, almost like a flare gun size, and you would just hold the button down and it would have like a little red laser, and then the laser would get smaller and smaller and smaller until it would just come into a central point and it would just launch this fucking satellite laser into the multiplayer battlefield and just destroy whatever was at that thing. And I was able to multi-kill entire teams with one shot because they're all clustered around and just explode. And it was some of the craziest moments in gaming for me, and it made me fall in love with this game. And I know that there's a lot of people in this decathlon that probably weren't even around whenever Gears was big. So all these, Gears 2, 3, 4, all this stuff, they probably never even got into it for all I know. So we might have maybe like 5 or 10% of the people that actually played this game for this decathlon that we're doing tomorrow. But I am going to be opening up this facility, which, by the way, another huge shout out. God, I'm gonna get my fingers correct one day. Game to Life. Judson, the owner, CEO, whatever you want to call him, of Game to Life, he has allowed us this space to actually utilize for anything that I need. It's just an empty room with a sliding door and a shit ton of like LAN capabilities. Like there's fiber in the walls. There's outlets everywhere. I have so much space to do all this stuff, and he's just letting me do it because our guys come in, they'll go upstairs, they buy beer, they buy food, so it's very lucrative. It's a win-win for both of us. So again, huge shout out to this place, Game to Life. If you're Lake Charles, if you're a local of Lake Charles and you haven't come here for their laser tag, it's peak, as they say. It's also a lot of other stuff. You got pickleball. They have this new, it's like soccer and bowling in one. You sit around a square, like it's almost like you're sitting in a pool table on the edge of it, and I think you kick it into the goals or something. It's something like that. These got axe thrown. It's just got all kinds of stuff. If you're just bored on a Friday or Saturday night, man, come the hell out here. Bring your loved ones. Enjoy yourself. So much fun. And if you happen to see us in this room playing, come check us out. We might be doing an open game night. But yeah, so Gears of War Reloaded tomorrow. I believe the consensus now is that we're going to start at around 6 p.m. So it will be a tournament format. I haven't quite decided the rules or the speculation. I know we're going to do execution, which means you can only kill your opponent up close, or a headshot. So if you snipe them and blow their head off, they're dead from a distance. But if you shoot them from a distance and they go down, because you don't die, you just go down, and then they have to finish you off. If they're across the map and they can't get you to finish off, you just stand back up and run around. So execution is going to be very, very, what's the word? Very tense. I think it's going to be very competitive. And then we're going to do King of the Hill. I might change it to Annex because Annex is similar to King of the Hill, but kind of backwards. King of the Hill, you stay in the point up until the point closes and you get as many points as possible, or you hold it as long as possible. And Annex is where the middle is. The hill is a place that has points, and you drain the points, and the points go to whichever team is holding that center at the time. I haven't quite decided which one I'm going to do yet. And I haven't really decided if we're going to only do two game types. I love the game a lot, so we're just going to have to see. But let's see, what else, man? The roadie running in this game. You press and hold A and they crouch and they run while crouching. So you see these big refrigerator-looking guys, gigantic dudes, and they're just kind of like crouched down there, like doing these little baby walks, but they're hauling ass, because they're duck and cover and they're running between different points, and it's just so hilarious to watch. And they're grunting and spewing and sweating, and man, what else? Like there's just so much about the game that I could probably go on about, but we will try to continue this decathlon as long as the guys at Toyota let us, which is the mother company. Yeah, I think it's the mother company that is sponsoring or bankrolling most of Scion Esports. So as long as those guys allow me to continue doing this, I'm going to continue doing this until they say stop. Again, they let me do all this stuff. They give me all this equipment. They've been super helpful. Austin, or we call him Nitsuo, which is just Austin backwards. super great to have a name like that. Uh, man, he everything I needed. He knows where it's at. He goes and gets it, and he comes and he brings it to me, or he asked me to just go get it myself. It's super convenient, man. Let's see what else, man. As far as gaming goes, I spent a lot of the holidays just playing the same shit that I've been playing for years. Mainly because it's those kind of games that just kind of releases new content. Like big fan of Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter Wilds came out, and I played it until there was nothing left to play. And if you played it, you understand what I mean. There wasn't a lot at launch for it, so I kind of waited for the Master Rank DLC to come out, which should be coming out this year actually. So I kind of put it to the wayside. But I started playing Destiny 2 again. They released the Star Wars, what they call it, Renegade expansion for Destiny 2, and it has been probably the smartest thing that they've done because Destiny 2 is actually kind of dying off this year. The expansion pass did not hit like they thought it was going to hit. Uh, so nobody was really playing it anymore. And then when Renegades came out, it's Star Wars, but without using all the copyright material, such and such. But you definitely feel like you're in a Star Wars story, a Star Wars universe. All the levels look like every scene you've ever seen in the Star Wars movie. They kind of redid it in like a Destiny version of those. Really, really cool. Um, my masochistic style, masochistic, me being the masochist, man, I can't say that word. I got into Hollow Knight Silk Song. Actually, DSK kept mentioning it in our Smash chat, and it became free on Game Pass the moment it released. I was like, hey, let me try it out. It's like Dark Souls for Mega Man players. Like if you're used to 2D platforming, man, and you hate yourself a little bit, but you also like learning to get really good at games, Silk Song. Silk Song is incredible, man. Uh, you beat bosses and you feel like you leveled up like yourself. Like you feel like you as a gamer improved because you had to learn so much in that fight to get through it. Because the fights aren't like, hey, here's my health bar, just get me down to that. No, it's just like you keep beating them up and beating them up until they eventually get angrier or more chaotic and their moves become more quick and fast and unpredictable and you're just all over the place and just hitting when you can. You every once in a while getting like one hit. And the game itself, man, it's just you basically play a spider. Every character in the game is a bug, and it didn't dawn on me until I started playing the game what I was actually seeing. It's like the bugs are living kind of like underground, and their life journey as, I guess, a bug or just a citizen of this particular world, this universe that you're living in, their life goal is to work their way up through the bottom of the earth to this place called the Citadel, and that they evidently take their entire lives to do this. And the character that you play, you know, rapidly kind of achieves that. Man, that's gonna start bothering me a lot. Sorry, I have to wave my hands to get this to stop. But yeah, Silk Song was definitely a super great thing. Is there a way to stop the lights from just turning off on me every 5 seconds?
No,
No.
no, you gotta move.
If they're in here, they'll stay. It won't be doing that. But since you're behind these computers, it's that.
Yeah.
It doesn't see you moving at all.
You could
Maybe a fan.
get that fan you're talking about. That keeps moving that thing. It's warm in here.
If it was fine.
Streaming?
Yeah, I'm streaming. I gave you some shout outs.
Okay, you told
Yeah.
chat what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So y'all want to be on stream real quick? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, come on, guys. I'm gonna catch him. I'm gonna catch him, and then we're gonna be fucking ready for it.
You telling them about your Gears of War stuff
Well,
tomorrow?
I'm actually just talking about everything the channel is doing and has been doing since the last time, kind of catching everybody up.
Is it Gears of War this time?
Mhm.
Dope. Which
Yeah, we'll
one?
be doing a Gears of War channel for tomorrow.
Which game?
I'll just, huh?
Which game? Just any?
It's technically Gears One. They call it Reloaded because they redid the graphics and everything and made it like a newer version. But that's what they're all downloading right now. I think they're all done. But yeah, Brian Lopez, what's up, man? Long time no see. I haven't actually seen you in like 2 years. But yeah, uh, if there's no way to keep the light from turning off, I'm just gonna have to keep on waving my arm like a jackass, I guess.
Yeah. You'll know that you sat still for too long.
I I've been moving my hands hoping that it would see me, but I guess it's not. So
A light will keep it on.
Yeah.
like a flashlight,
Like the light is what
Flashlight.
it sees light as movement.
huh?
So like if you have one of these
Light.
like playing something, it'll stay on. Or whatever.
Sure.
Good to know.
I could always bring my chill beam in here, bro. You ever seen that?
Oh yeah, a little glare.
But anyway, guys,
It'll illuminate him.
Dude, I bet you we could put that little light bar up there and light him up.
All right. Hopefully, y'all can hear me now. I was trying to hurry up and kind of like get as far into the stream as I could before they died, but I ain't played Smash in a long time. Yeah, dude, we haven't stopped. I mean, our crew plays throughout the fucking holidays. Uh, Crash Lopez is definitely an OG. If you've ever played Smash in my era, definitely heard of this guy. Uh, Crash Lopez, actually, I think you showed up to one tournament that we did. I think season two, maybe even season one. Not really sure. But uh, but yeah, man, if you ever want to play, please come. We have a lot of really awesome players now. A lot of people that you would love to play with. Uh, yeah, it's been a great 4 years, man. My channel has been less so about me and what I'm doing, and more so about what the other players that we're doing these tournaments for. So that's why I kind of decided tonight to give you a little bit more about me. Uh, I know nobody asked for it, but I was trying to get a little content just in case people did watch, kind of get them caught up on what we do plan on doing this year. Again, the decathlon. Uh, God, now I'm really off centered. I can't do it. Okay, that that right there, decathlon. Not sure what we're gonna do after Gears is done. I kind of figure out as we go. Like whenever I listen to people talk a little bit, I hear chatter. People like, man, I hope they do this. I hope they do that. Um, Word through the grapevine, we want a what do you call it? League of Legends tournament. Some people were asking for a League of Legends decathlon tournament, which I know pretty minimum about League of Legends, but I do plan on doing that for them because the person who did ask for it was aquatic. Uh, Evidently, she's really big fan, and we do have a lot of those players. So I think it'll be pretty fun if I can figure out how to get that because I think it has to be PC. And right now I have no PCs on me, so I'd have to set all that up. I like it. I will try and get practiced up so I pop up. Yeah, dude. Our first one is going to be February 7th. That'll be the first time like of this season, of season four. So, um, and again, we're here at Game to Life on Broad Street here in Lake Charles. So if you want, man, hit us up. Can add you to the chat. Do all that good stuff. We try to keep the chat as centralized as possible, so there's no outside chatter, just so there's no confusing of what's going on. So if you plan to come, man, we'd love to have you for real. Like you'd be surprised at the talent that's coming up in this place. And the guy that's actually commenting above you, DTNT Bomb, he's not no joke. Not no joke, man. And if I remember right, I knew Crash Lopez, I believe you played Pikachu, and if you play this Bowser, I think this will be one of the matchups. It's gonna suck for both of you. So we'll see how that goes. If you do decide to come, man, we'd love to have you. Registration will always be up. I'll put it in Facebook, etc., etc. I don't remember what I was saying or doing before Justin and Dylan showed up. I'm sure it had something to do with video games, maybe. Huh. But anyway, so just as far as me goes, like I said, I would love to stream more stuff from my channel like this, uh, just to kind of keep people kind of caught up on what we got going on, and to kind of get that lull between content going. It was actually Nitswa that suggested I do this, so if it goes well, I'll keep doing it. Like I said, I know I'm no like extremely fun character to listen to and watch and keep up with, but I enjoy being able to talk about all the things that we're doing, so that way I can get it out of my system. And like, is I like to gush about everything we got going on because it's so much fun, man. We have so much fun doing it. And sometimes I'm around a lot of squares, man. Like around a lot of people that just don't play games, and I just don't get that chance to talk about stuff that I love. Um, but I think the last game I was talking about was Silk Song. I play some Destiny 2 now. Dead by Daylight definitely was one of those games I was playing for a long time this year, because we got like my daughter and her boyfriend were into it. Bing Bong and his son got into it, so we had a nice little following there. And you can kind of tell, like, once the Halloween vibes are gone, we just kind of stopped playing. Gonna be a lot of fun. Got to get back on the Game of Life 2. I miss my Friday nights. Been playing Thrill of the Fight 2 a lot. I actually don't know what that is. Thrill of the Fight. What is Thrill of the Fight? While I'm talking, please type that, and I'll get back to you on that. But yeah, just kind of playing whatever's on my Xbox. I have had Claire Obscura 33 in my Xbox downloaded for like 4 months now, and I have yet to actually play that game. I know it's like #1 or whatever. VR boxing. Wow. Okay. Uh, Me and my fiance actually have VR. She's a huge VR chat player. She plays the shit out of some VR chat. Uh, but I've been looking into something I think it's called Hard Bullet in VR. It looks like absolutely hilarious because you're just playing a guy with guns, and you the way VR goes, you're used to like a stagnant gun facing this way, and you just aim it. But in VR, man, you can aim straight down. You can aim it yourself. That's what I love about VR. It's such an innovative thing that people that if you've never experienced it, man, it's one of the greatest joys of video game is to be able to experience it in VR because you're actually in a video game. Ready Player One definitely did it some justice, got everybody kind of interested in that because that's definitely where we're going, man. Believe it or not, VR is definitely the way we are heading. Uh, Microsoft doesn't do VR; they don't think it's necessary, but PlayStation still does it. Steam's doing it, Meta's doing it now, so VR is going to be the way of the world at some point, but we're not quite there yet where it's like all that we do. But yeah, I can't think of any other games I've been playing this year. Not at least not off the top of my head. I feel like I've been playing something new recently. Oh, speaking of being a masochist, I have started playing Five Nights at Freddy's. Both of my daughters are huge Five Nights at Freddy's fans. I love both of the movies, but I have never actually played the game. Big horror fan. Big. I wouldn't say that the animatronic thing is a phobia, but it's definitely one of the things I've considered being fucking super creepy. So seeing a video game was really dope. I think that the movies did it very well. Very, very big fan. Uh, but yeah, we did that. Uh, I got the first 4 games, Five Nights at Freddy's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I got all the achievements for Five Nights at Freddy's 1, which from what I hear is like really, really impossible. I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just playing. I played the game, got into the rhythm of it, and there wasn't very much to do other than survive and do like 1 or 2 other extra things for all the achievements. So 10 achievements, let me get these knocked out and get it done. And when I told Aquatic, she freaked out. She said, "There's no way." And I was like, "Yeah, these are my achievements." Evidently, it's like some super hard thing to do because you spin it's called a custom night where you put all the animatronics to the highest level of their movement and whatever their brain does, intelligence. So they're all set to 20, and you have to survive an entire night like normal, but with them all maxed out. And yes, it was quite the nightmare. I spent the better half of like 6 hours because by the time I had told Aquatic about my wanting to attempt that achievement, I think I told her I was at 4 hours and 51 minutes total gameplay time, and already I only had one achievement left, and it was that one. And then it took me from 4 hours and 50 minutes to about 9 hours and some odd minutes to get that achievement. So, good 5 hours or so it took me to get it, but I finally got it. Then I find out that the second game has the same damn achievement in a game that I have to relearn all over again. I'm like, God damn it. So I'm only on night 2 on Five Nights at Freddy's 2. But yes, I love that game. I think it's an awesome concept, and I'm really, really upset with myself that I haven't tried it sooner. Uh, Thank you, Sam Pierce, aka Dirt Star. Dirt Star, he says he's coming back to season 4 of Throwing a Hand, so we will see if he's ready for that smoke, so to speak. There's a lot of new faces, a lot of new players, a lot of people just ready to go. And if you don't come in ready, man, these guys are gonna smoke you. They just are ready, so ready, and I love that. And the biggest thing is I promote big time. I'm all about loving your friends, loving your competition, just being overall generally a good person, a good player, good sportsmanship. And I'm huge about that. I have notoriously been like aggravated more times than I've counted. I can be a little, I can get frustrated, get flustered, I can get upset, but I have tried my absolute best to never let go over that point, and I try to preach that to my players, like, hey man, no matter if you win or lose, please, good game, high fives, fist bump, whatever you gotta do, but don't lose your cool here. Because if I can keep myself from losing my cool, so can you. And I feel like I'm probably the worst one to even be preaching that, but I'm doing it here, and that's probably more than I've ever done in any other aspect of my life. But um, got to get my place back in the trailer. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we don't even have this new trailer out just yet, which uh, and I'll show you real quick again the up there the season 4 logo. Oh, it actually doesn't show it there. But the color scheme and everything, we're going on I think it's like a graffiti style, like hip hop, R&B kind of style, like as far as aesthetic. So I think the whole overlay is going to look very like graffiti, and different art styles and stuff, which is really cool, really really creative. Again, my daughter does so much work, and it it hurts my soul that I can never be that creative. Uh, but we have learned since the beginning that her and I can bounce ideas off of each other like crazy and come up with some really awesome stuff. And she just makes it happen. Like a lot of stuff, I feel like is like a pipe dream. Like the trailer that we made. I think it was last year. The trailer that I say I was a part of the process, but I definitely didn't make it. I didn't mention Claymore. Claymore is also another player that should definitely be higher up in the rank than he is, but he fucks off too much. But yeah, Street Tag. Yeah, there you go, Street Tag. That's perfect example of what it is. But anyway, Claymore actually helped me and Haley get our music. We actually have like a Throwing Hands theme, which is really cool. I wish I could play it for you now, but I don't really have immediate access to it. But he made a theme for the trailer. The trailer was really cool. And at the end, it had like a really cool guitar solo type outro to it. And I was watching the trailer, and the outro just had, the season 3 logo like that, and it was just kind of spinning in place, and then it just kind of like stopped, and it was just a stagnant. And I was like, I feel like we could do something really interesting. I was like, hey, why don't you do uh, I don't know what you call it, like her sprite, I guess, like that. That is basically her. That's just how she draws herself. But I said, draw yourself doing the guitar solo. And she was like, that's so awesome. But she's like, I don't know if I could do that. And then she actually did it. And it was the coolest thing I had ever seen her do with the software that she uses. She had this just like thing, she's like, you really get into it. And then when the outro ends, she like flips her hair back and she falls back as the logo pops up, dude. Proud papa moment for sure. Like I was super proud of her for that. We'll see how this new trailer is going to go. It's going to be really hard to top that one for me, but I have high hopes. Uh, Also, I'm hoping I can have a little influence on the Aqua Awards because we have a lot of content from the final fight last year that I feel are definitely worth mention because a lot of players came out of their shell. There was a lot of upsets. A lot of people got beat that should never normally be beat by the people that they play against, but it happened, and that's what upsets are. It's not like someone's actually upset. It's like this matchup was not intended to end this way, but it did, and nobody expected it. So yeah, and see, she says she hates it, but anybody that watches would be like, that's more than I can do. Everybody's favorite thing is like, all I can draw is a stick figure. Yeah, but still, like, what she does is definitely more than I could ever possibly do. I don't even have that software, much less to try. But yeah, big shout out to Claymore for doing the music for us, man. He's a huge help. We have like our own little commentator squad. We got Aquatic, Claymore, Wobble. Excuse me. Talking for an hour now. Honestly thought the video was gonna be like 20 minutes, but I had a lot more stuff to catch up on and talk about than I realized. Wild card matchup, bud. Indeed, a Rooney. But anyway, so those three guys are I call them the commentator crew, but they've been really big on helping with the graphics. Wobble's been helping draw some as well. But yeah, we have a lot of content from the final fight that I feel like Aqua Awards should definitely have. Because I know she doesn't normally do an Aqua Awards for preliminaries, but I really do feel like that this is one that should be done based on the final fight. Eventually, and I never thought I was gonna get that frog out of my throat. But yeah, like I'm not even really sure if it was in the final fight, but like Toxic had this tech moment on it's my favorite stage. I don't even know what it's called. Kalos. She had got so trying to do the best I can with the level. So she was on the platform and she jumped, or she jumped up. She got spiked and she went down and teched the corner and just jumped right back up. And she's one of the players that has just recently learned how to tech and spot dodge and stuff like that. And she did it in that moment. It's like her brain just opened, said, "Do it now," and she did it. And it was like the flash screen whenever you die, it like freezes for like a second and then you die. It froze and she teched and the match just kept going. We're like, what the fuck was that? There was an upset between me and Dark Dookie. Dark Dookie definitely won that match. I had like 4 hard matches back to back, and then him was my final match. And I was like, I'm just so glad it's over now, man. Like, these fights were so brutal. I had to fight that guy. I had to fight Tim. I had to fight Dark Dookie. And all that was like back to back. Like, that was the only matches we had left. But just all that had really good content in it. Hell, I think I failed to spike Tim 7 times in that match, and all the spikes were thrown, but not a single one landed the hurt box it was supposed to. And if you ever watch me play for like even 5 seconds, you know that spiking is like my jam. I love to go for that. But I missed 7 times. I hit them with the move, but they didn't spike. Even did a kill screen with it, like that was K rule. I down aired him. The kill screen went, and he went this way. And I was like, I'm glad he's dead, but that spike didn't happen. There was no satisfaction. You know what I mean? The spike didn't show. It really, really sucked. But anyway, lots of content. For anybody that's actually never watched this before or is interested in seeing stuff, you can actually go and the Gohexxx gaming channel. It's on YouTube as well. I have every VOD from the last 4 seasons. They're all chopped up and mixed for your viewing pleasure. They're chopped up and divided by the round itself. So season 1, round 1 through 9, every round has its individual VOD. And same with 2 and 3. They're all separated, so it's really easy to find. You might find you'll have some favorite players, some people that you're like, wow, I like that character. The way that he plays is something I would really like to do. And I keep hoping that people will kind of tune in more and be really involved and actually root for players that they don't even know personally. We do got a lot of people that tune in locally, and they root for their person, their friend that they see. But very rarely do we have people that are outside of our social circle that tune in and be like, wow, I really hope this guy wins. I've been watching, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So hopefully that happens. I would love to see that happen, get a little bit of a boom in the online world. Um, Again, I didn't know that I was going to talk for an hour and 13 minutes so far, but I was like, man, 20 minutes, 30 minutes at most. But I had more to talk about than I thought. Stuttered very seldom. Kind of happy about that. Um, but yeah, I don't have a whole lot much more to kind of catch you guys up on. If you do have any questions in the next, I don't know, I guess 2 or so minutes before I actually try to end this, please let me know. I'd love to hear what you guys think. And man, thank y'all for actually tuning in. I was like, nobody wants to see me or talk, and I know that I have a very plain baritone voice that just kind of doesn't go anywhere. It's not very exciting. Uh, but I just had a lot to say, and I figured it was easier to do it in one video and let everybody view it at some point in case they were interested in what we're doing. Because again, we have this decathlon stuff we're doing tomorrow, which doesn't have a specific time or date. It's just whenever I decide, and I will kind of announce it on my Gohexxx Gaming Facebook page. I will definitely put it there. Yeah, so when they have this dumb shit here, these bots, love those. Um, Sue's ears. Oh, thanks, buddy. Miss you too. But yeah. So the decathlon will be kind of announced as soon as I even think about it. We'll see about League of Legends tournament, but again, I would need PCs for that, I think. Um, and the very first Throwing Hands tournament that you see at the top, Season 4 logo. Hopefully, we'll have a trailer and other things to reveal here soon. I do have something in the works for some of our veteran players of Season 1. I think I counted 13 players that have been with us since the beginning and have kept coming and are getting better and better and better. I have something I want to design for them. I haven't got it all figured out yet. Another thing that I feel like I could just do this on the tip of a button, but something that Aquatic is helping me with. Uh, Kind of showing my appreciation because, man, like, again, I'm not a beautiful woman. At least I don't think I am. So I don't really think I have this appeal to have my face on camera. So, of course, I don't think my content is exciting for people that's going to want to keep back and watch. So it's mainly for my players and stuff that I want them to be able to go back and watch their stuff on. So the fact that I've had you guys in my chat for the last hour, man, it really makes me feel good. I actually feel like, we're going somewhere with this. But I forget what I was saying. Oh, yeah. I just want to give them a thank you for starting with us and continuing to play with us despite wins, losses, upsets, frustration. They kept coming back. They keep showing up and they keep putting content on this channel, and I am forever grateful for that because my content is not nearly enough to fill an entire channel, but your videos absolutely are. All the VODs I chopped, I think we're up to like 700 videos now, and very few of them are just about me playing games. Like Gohexxx is gaming. I am definitely Gohexxx. I am definitely gaming, but I don't play newer games or variety of games as often as I'd like. So it kind of ended up being where the channel had a lot of lulls. So that the consistent tournaments is really nice. And D&D, you can be whatever you want to be. I mean, I've done D&D on here too. D&D, we did that for a few months. That was pretty cool. It was every Tuesday, every Wednesday night. I can't remember when we did it, but we did that. That was actually cool. We had digital maps. It was very engrossing, I would say. It was super fun. Shout out to Priest and I forget what they call them. I've been forgetting names all night. Necroton Knights or something like that. They have their own conjoined YouTube channel as well. I'm not sure if they're still doing YouTube. I know they all work a lot now, but yeah, that was super fun for me. But anyway, gonna do something for those players. Hopefully they enjoy that. It's not much by any means. I don't think I'm gonna be spending very much to get this accomplished, but I hope that the value of it is enough in their hearts that they appreciate it and they want to keep it. Big fan of not really nostalgia, but the sentimental things where people you give something to someone and then you wait like a year or two to see if they still have it, and then you see it kind of dangling from their backpack or hanging up on the shelf somewhere. Like big love, big love. That means that they thought enough about it. They're like, you know what, I like this. It brings me joy. I will keep it. So hopefully they like that. Hopefully you guys will too. We'll try to show it if we can. I'm pretty sure there's some of the guys on commentary will have this thing that I am doing. But yeah, I can't really think of a whole lot really else to share with you guys. Again, tonight was a mouthful. There was a lot to share. I would like to try to do this more often. Uh, if I can find the content and I guess the material to share with you. My personal life is not really anything I feel like sharing too often here, so it'll definitely be video game related stuff. Um, and I guess kind of where I stand. Yeah, I forget that you had that hammer that I made you. Beautiful. But yeah, I hope that I'll be able to do this enough time where it actually make the channel a little more interesting. And it'll definitely be cool to go back and see if my predictions came true. I think that's kind of the biggest part for me is having kind of what I expect from our tournaments this year and what actually happens. Because as I've seen from going on 4 seasons now, it's never consistent. Like I really thought I was going to be in like first place for like the better half of all of these seasons, but I keep getting knocked down and down and down. And despite what you think you know about me, I love that. I love that people have come in and decided I want to get better than this dude, and they use me as like a platform to step on and get better. And I'm grateful to be able to have help people with that determination and enthusiasm about the game. I love video games. I will gush all day long about anything. Don't get me started on Metal Gear Solid. Smash Brothers, been a fan since 64 days. So of course I'm gonna keep that live and whatever. But uh, anyway, on my way out here, Aquatic thinks that we can get some graphics for the decathlon tomorrow. Again, we are doing Gears of War Reloaded. Whoa, that looks weird. That's definitely not what I wanted. We're doing Gears of War Reloaded, and Aquatic is going to help me get some graphics to kind of show the updates on the tournament. Again, not quite sure how I'm going to score it and all that good stuff, but if you love Gears of War, man, or if you've never played Gears of War, please tune in and check this out. It being a game that I know for a fact Aquatic has never played, at least not until maybe yesterday, uh, and that some of these other guys have probably never played, the commentary has got to be hilarious because it's going to be so gross and so brutal and so competitive and so tense just because of how quick the matches go and how like quiet the game is. Like there's no music at all. You're just in a little tiny war zone that's very very tiny for like a multiplayer map because it's designed to be a really quick. What do you call that? If you want to say expedition, it's not expedition. It's it's a quick match. It's just a quick 4v4, murder each other round to round game. But the weapons are so cool. There's not even very many. I think there's like maybe 7 total weapons in the whole game, if I can think off the top of my head. Smoke grenade, Nasher shotgun, chainsaw lancer, the SMG, the pistol. Oh wait, hold on. Boomer, sniper. Might be it. Might be 8 weapons total. Oh, Hammer of Dawn. Hammer of Dawn is in the first one. Yes. Skirmish. Thank you, Christ. Thank you. Eventually, I'm just gonna have to write my own script, but I felt like this is a little bit more natural. But yes, skirmish was the word I was looking for. But anyway, I guess another quick thing. If you are interested in just playing games for the fuck of it, and you would like to join this decathlon, please hit us up and let us know, or hit Scion up. They have the Facebook, and it's also a web address. You can either sign up as a solo player, join a team, or make a team of your own. So if you really just say, oh, they're playing Gears, I really just want to go for that one game, and you just want to play in the tournament, please sign up, come join us. Maybe you'll like it and want to stick around. Right now, I think we have 4 consistent teams that are just kind of going for the gold. We're still working out what we're going to do for them as far as winners go. Because for those of you that are in the Lake Charles area, we were going to do something at the CypherCon convention, which is a convention that we do here locally in Lake Charles. But the Scion esports aspect of it has since parted ways with them. So we're no longer doing esports stuff at the convention. We're considering what we're going to do differently. We might just figure out our own venue and do something but hopefully that doesn't discourage the players from continuing to play. Hopefully they'll enjoy the games and just want to keep going. Regardless, the fact that I'm able to do this at all is a godsend. So please, guys, keep your enthusiasm up. Please keep coming back. Keep building teams and keep giving me ideas for tournaments to run because if it can be done, I'll probably do it. I want to do every type of game, at least one of everything that I can possibly get my hands on. Especially if it's a free game right now. We love free games, or just something that we can easily stream, easily play, easily set up. But yeah, guys, I really appreciate y'all's viewership. Thank you. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, these are my socials here. Um, I cannot change my Twitter to Gohexx's Gaming, so I'm stuck with Gohexx for the rest of my life, which is fine. I was gonna make it consistent because Gohexx's Gaming came after Gohexx. Gohexx was, I didn't want anybody to steal that name, so I used it for everything. But I thought that sounded cooler as like a YouTube channel name, and because of that, now I can't go back. So I'm kind of stuck with this and this forever, and then this is gonna be like that forever. So it is what it is. But anyway, please like, subscribe, comment down below. This video is live, but I will be posting it. It will be stuck on YouTube indefinitely. Uh, so if you like what you saw tonight, man, please share, say something. If you know me in real life, let me know how you thought. But yeah, it's been pretty cool talking with you guys, and thank you all for listening. This has been my TED Talk, so to speak. Again, got a lot going on this year, so I hope you all stay tuned, and we'll see who becomes top 10 in this year's Throwing Hands, a Love Story League. So until tomorrow, have a good night.